Good afternoon. Welcome to MR.SNACKS Soul Cafe. I am Julia Caesar. We will continue our series, The Bottom Line, Whether You Like It or Not. Part 2. Life as It Is, Pulling No Punches. Here is Hiroshi.
Oh, okay.
Oh, by the way, try our new vanilla latte with whipped
Oh,
cream.
yes, try it.
Once again, here is Hiroshi, who always has his feet in too many pies right now.
Yeah, thanks, Julia. You said always. They say always and never are two words you should always remember never to use. All right, so write that one down. So let's get to it. Part 2 of Life as It Is, the bottom line series where no punches are pulled, pulling out all the stops. And if you get a chance, check out the previous podcasts, part 1. And this one is a continuation of the last one. And so we did touch on free will and choice, all illusions, by the way. But the illusions do seem real. Life is, as I mentioned before, is uncontrollable, unknowable, also unpredictable. And the illusion is that I have some sort of control, power over my life. It's my life, right? That's what we say. And we all agree that tomorrow is unknown. We just don't know what can or will happen. Plenty of examples in life. The story of Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant, comes to mind. Saw this interview, and he had many plans that he wanted to carry out, goals to reach, a lot of intention. Admired by many because of his Mamba mentality. And this mentality he applied to get what he wanted in life. He was going after so many things. And then, unfortunately, the helicopter crash happened. A shock to the world, you know. And on a lesser practical example, you may decide in your mind to go to the store tomorrow. It may happen or it may not happen, because man is not the doer, as I shared previously. You see, it's the apparent individual that says there is somewhere to go to. I am here, and there is a there. Here is not good enough. There must be more to life than right here, or life as it is. It's not enough. But if I get there, that will be better. I will be happy, or happier, or fulfilled. In other words, I will get what I want, and what I want is there. And as I shared a few times, when you get there, the there becomes the here, and then another there is created. And the chase continues, right? It's never ending. And what one ultimately seeks is already here. You want life in its fullness, in its completeness, in its wholeness. And this is it. It's just not what it seems, right? Because here it seems lacking as the mind focuses on lack. The mind can never be happy. Excited, yes. It's all short-lived, but never truly happy or satisfied. The man or woman with $1 million wants 2 million, gets the 2, wants 3. What amazes me is these people that have millions or billions, they're investing more. They're investing their money so they can make more money. Like, the millions are not enough. So built into the individual, there is a need to get somewhere. It's built in. It seeks to find what is missing because the mind says something is missing. So when this ego or individual dies, then what also dies is all the seeking to get to that illusory place. All right. So built into the individual, there's a lack that's there. Something is missing. The need to get there. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's the function of the individual, the function of the mind. So that's why the seeking, the chasing happens to get to this place, which is just illusory. So once there's death with the individual, the realization that there's no one there. And there's the realization that life is as it is, and it's complete. And this is all there is, the here and now. It's like in a desert. You see a mirage. Once you realize that it's a mirage, do you head towards the mirage with any expectations? Hell no. Because you know it's a waste of time and energy. There's nothing there. So all there is just oneness, if I were to describe it all. No separation, no division. Everything is energy. And the separation is apparent. The separation is in the mind only, as the mind is duality. So the place you want to get to is no different than what is. Wherever you go is what is. You're not going to find anything new. What is all there is. Everything, complete. This is unconditional love, whole, missing nothing. So this seeking, it just happens. You don't seek. There's no individual to seek. It's just a happening. And once you arrive, you never will arrive, but it's like grasping at the air. There's nothing there. There's in Ecclesiastes in the Bible says life is like a vapor. It appears for a little while and then disappears. Shares that life in all is meaningless. It says it right there. The individual lives in a world of knowing and meaning and purpose. So this tension I talked about, this contraction, the body, is the search for meaning. I got to get somewhere. There's this restlessness. And this going after seems real. The want, the illusion does seem real. But, let's check out a table, for example. You break it down. The table is just a label. It's really made out of wood, right? So it's wood. No, break it down. 2 atomic particles, molecules, neutrons, protons, atoms. And within the atom, there is 99.999% space. It's weightless, empty space. Yet the table, which is made, composed of atoms, appears to weigh something, appears solid and heavy. As in Buddhism, it shares that emptiness is form. Form is emptiness. So, man wants to be free. And the freedom that I'm talking about is not freedom for the individual, freedom for you, freedom for me, as the song goes, but freedom from the individual. You see, the individual only is afraid of dying. The individual only is seeking and wants. The individual in the seeking of meaning and purpose. It's all built in, as I shared. And the dropping of the individual, then all the other stuff drops as well. Then there is just this falling, free falling into life as it is. Because it's the individual, the ego, that doesn't approve of life as it is. Life as it is there's no problem. Life has no problem with life. It is the mind that has a problem wanting it different than what is. The mind has its own idea that life would be better if this were to happen instead of that. It's all over the place. It has no clue. I will be happy if I find my soulmate. Then I will be loved and understood, and I can love that person. Then a year or so into the relationship, the individual wants out. Divorce happens. The love one had for the person transformed into hate. Or the couple stays together, right? That can happen for the sake of the kids. Or because they've learned to tolerate each other. So there are people that stay together because it looks good to the outside world to stay together. Could be for religious reasons. God doesn't like divorce. It's in the Bible. So let's obey God and stay miserable. So many reasons. I remember seeing this clip on YouTube. Denzel Washington was asked, what is the secret to your long-lasting marriage? And it was pretty funny. He smiled and said, I keep my mouth shut. Well, maybe it's best to stay single. You're single and then you want a relationship. You know, in the search by the individual, the end is never found. You never reach that horizon. There's no end to need, no end to the search. It's never found because the individual, the person, is an illusion. Nothing in the manifestation is real, people. Everything comes and goes. The thought you had yesterday, where is it? So if nothing is real, the search for that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is futile. And it's doomed to fail because it's not real, but illusory, like the mirage. The individual wants the security. We understand that. Wants the guarantee. There's no security. I'm sorry. And this pandemic, or plandemic, I would call it, proves that, right? One day there's a job you're going to, the next day it's gone. One day the spouse says, I love you, and the next day she or he is out the door. So when you say, I am real, there is a me, an individual, and I are me. It's all just like standing in midair. Nothing solid to stand on. You know, Shakespeare said there's one actor in the play playing all the parts. He also said life is full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. You know, we're already here. Life. There's only completeness, this wholeness, freedom, peace, unconditional love. We're there. It's the seeking that makes it appear that this isn't that. Nothing is wrong with the seeking because it's happening. And it's all appearing in what is. And what is everything and complete. And the individual is the one that attaches itself to the thought that it's somewhere else. I got to get there. And expectations arise, right? But life is unexpected, spontaneous. So anyway, that's the end of part 2. We'll move on with part 3. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye.